That's a great question. An emotion has a cause. There's something that happens. There's an event. And we have an automatic reaction to it. So an emotion comes on quickly due to an event. It changes our physiology. It changes how we think. It influences our behavior. And then it goes away fairly quickly. So yes, we just had a bit of a laugh. It generated happy feelings. But after the joke and the laughter, it goes away and we go back to more of a neutral state. So an emotion is due to an external cause, which is why we believe that emotions are a form of data. It's information about what's going on in our world. Emotional intelligence is not the same as emotions. Emotional intelligence is an ability, it's an intelligence in order to accurately read the emotions of others, to understand why someone has those emotions, and then how to manage those emotions. And there are these related abilities or intellect that allow you to better manage, perceive, and understand emotions. I'm interested in several things. One is measuring emotional intelligence. So we've developed an objective measure of emotional intelligence. What we find is we can ask people, how emotionally intelligent do you think you are? They tell us, and then we give them our test, and most people are wrong. And the reason for that is that it takes emotional intelligence to know if you are emotionally intelligent. So if you're low at this, you're not picking up on the signals that the things you're saying are inappropriate, or you're not reading people accurately. And the other thing I'm very interested in is teaching the GPS for emotions. How do we give people the skills to go from very low, maybe not really high, but give them just enough skill to improve their lives and improve their interactions with the people who are important to them in their daily lives. And then most important is we can teach you effective emotion management strategies. The hard part is we can teach you the strategies, but the hard part is to get you to use those in real time, in real life situations. I can teach you relaxation or count to 2 before you react, and it's very easy to do that right now. But once you're in a real situation that's incredibly frustrating, you quickly revert to your old behaviors. So if you want to do this well, you first learn the strategy, kind of increase the volume, if you will, on the emotion, and have people practice that skill until it becomes automatic. In our ability model of emotional intelligence, we would say you first must understand the source of your emotions in order to effectively manage them. It was first written about in 1990 by 2 psychologists, Peter Salovey, he's now the president of Yale University, and John Mayer, who's a psychologist at the University of New Hampshire. And Peter and I wrote a book together called Emotional Intelligence to describe the model. The model consists of 4 related abilities: reading the emotions of someone else. You mentioned earlier an emotional connection. That's an ability as well. So once I read your emotions, am I able to match your emotions? Also called empathy. Then do I understand why you feel the way you feel? And then the 4th ability is, can I manage your emotions and my emotions so that we have a good interview and a good meeting? The first thing to realize is that emotional intelligence is a form of intelligence. It's not the opposite of IQ. That's really important to say. So you can have someone who's very smart in a traditional sense and be highly emotionally intelligent. They're not the opposite. You don't trade off one for the other. Otherwise, you can't call it an intelligence. Intelligences are all related. You can't call this emotional intelligence if it has nothing to do with intelligence. And one way to look at it is that it's the intelligent use of emotions to help you make better decisions, to help you achieve your goals. It's the intelligent understanding, use, and management of emotions. There's a researcher who studies emotions, and he says that without emotions, we make bad decisions. We're taught the opposite. We're told to take emotions out of it to make a good decision. This neuroscientist says emotions can help us make better decisions by organizing all of the information and data available to us out there in the world. Well, I think you always use emotions. I mean, emotions don't exist separately from anything that we do. Emotions are embedded in everything. In almost any situation, you read the emotions of yourself and others. You're able to harness their power. You're able to understand why you feel the way you feel, why you feel the way you feel, why I feel the way I feel. And in order to achieve a goal, I manage all of these emotions that I'm picking up on and understanding to bring everybody to whatever emotion is going to be most helpful and manage the situation to achieve a goal. I think if we could teach people to understand the differences that exist among people and find better ways to manage those differences, I think it would be a better world. I don't know if it would be an ideal situation, but I think it would be a much better world that we would live in. Do you want better relationships with people? Do you want to be more effective at work? Do you want to have a greater sense of well-being? Do you want to manage stress and handle stressful situations better? Come watch this movie and you'll learn all those things.